Today at Go Rhino Garage, we're going to show the few steps required when installing a BR20 on a 2014 to 16 Toyota Tundra. The factory receiver hitch needs a few modifications to these two upper holes for the attachments. Reason behind that is because the clearance between the bottom of the tailgate and top of the bumper, that clearance is minimal with the receiver hitch in the stock location, so we have to actually drop this down about 1/4 inch or so. So basically what you need to do here is we need to start off by both sides of the vehicle. We're going to remove the bolt at the very front, attaching the receiver hitch to the frame. We're just going to loosen the second bolt back, because what we're going to do is we're going to remove these bolts back here, and we just want this receiver hitch to pivot on these two bolts. So I'm going to go back and remove the 4 bolts back here, securing the hitch. I've already removed the bolts on the other side. So with a little assistance, you need to hold this up and remove the last remaining bolt. Then we're just going to let the receiver hitch pivot down so we can access this auxiliary bracket here. What we need to do with this auxiliary bracket, we need to actually install a couple spacers between the auxiliary bracket and the bottom of the frame. So you can see it's just going to reinstall the factory bolt, place a spacer over the provided spacer on top of the bolt, and just reattach the bracket using those factory bolts. So we want to run those bolts back down, but don't tighten them. Just leave them snug but a little loose there so you can move that around. So let me show you over here. These are the 2 holes that actually need to be elongated on this hitch. These 2 holes here. So the thing to do is now, like I said, hitch is a little heavy if you need assistance, but lift the hitch back up and install one of the factory bolts to hold in position. With that hitch in position, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the side and check it out and kind of mark where those threaded nut or the nuts that are welded on the back side of the frame are, and how far you need to elongate that. You need to elongate that hole up about 3/8, and if you know, it's going to be now on a slight of an angle. So what I do is just mark those, and then you can see where that needs to be modified. So once you've got that marked, then again, like I say, remove that bolt, let the hitch pivot back down. You can use a die grinder or Dremel type tool, or maybe even have a handheld plasma. Just need to elongate those 2 holes. So once those are elongated, you're going to reinstall one of the factory bolts again. In that elongated hole, hold it up in position. Then you go ahead and install the BR20 bumper replacement frame bracket. Oop. So install the supplied 14mm bolt first. Then go ahead and install the 2 factory bolts. ahead and run those bolts down, but don't tighten them up at this time. Okay, so like I said, got the passenger side frame bracket installed. Also, you'd want to reinstall the bolts you removed at the front of the receiver hitch, and then go ahead and install the bracket on the driver's side, and then you can review the instruction sheets and just move forward with the remaining installation steps to install the bumper replacement.